I made the horrible mistake of going skiing with my best friend. We loaded up his minivan and we decided to go north, but after a few hours of driving, we got caught in a blizzard. The only thing near us is this farm, so we decided to pull into the farm and we knock on the door and this beautiful girl opens up the door. And I was a little embarrassed, but we had nowhere to sleep, so I asked her if we could sleep in her house. And she was like, listen, I realize it's really bad weather out there and I have this huge house all to myself, but the problem is I'm recently widowed. My husband died. And she was like, I'm afraid the neighbors will talk if I let you in my house. And I said, no worries. Is it okay if we sleep in the barn? I figured that's better than nothing. And I told her we'll leave as soon as the weather gets a little bit better. And she agreed. The morning came and the weather got better. So we went on our way and we enjoyed our skiing weekend. But then 9 months later, I get a letter from some attorney and I'm confused. And it took me some time to figure out what was going on. But I realized that the attorney was coming from the widow that we met at the ski trip. So the first thing I did was I went to my friend's house and I was like, hey, you remember that good looking widow that we met at that ski trip about 9 months ago? And he was like, yeah, I do. And I was like, did you wake up in the middle of the night and visit her in her house? And that's when his face got really red and he was like, yes. And I was like, when you went to her house and did the deed with her, did you end up giving her my name instead of yours? And that's when he was like, yes, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to. It just happened at the spur of the moment. Why? Why do you ask? And I was like, well, she just died and left me everything.